Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Outer Haven YouTube channel. I'm Getsilius, and I'm here to discuss to you guys about a game I'm playing recently, and I'll give you my review on it. I've been playing a lot of Slave Zero X. What is Slave Zero X? Slave Zero X is a cyberpunk futuristic hack and slash action game that is similar to games such as the Devil May Cry series, Bayonetta series, and Metal Gear Rising Revengance. This game has a lot of style, has a lot of things going for it. And does this meet up the standards to those games I mentioned before? Is it the creme de la creme of action games? You'll find out in the review in a couple of seconds. Before I start the review, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit the bells to be notified next time we go live. And be sure to check out the other videos on the YouTube channel. We have great content such as podcasts, gameplay reviews, live streams, trailer reactions, and more here on the Outer Haven YouTube channel. So let's get this thing started. Alright, so first things first is, what is Slave Zero X? As I mentioned before, it's an action hack and slash game that gives me vibes of Devil May Cry, Bayonetta, and Metal Gear Rising Revegance. The developer of the game is Poppyworks, and the publisher is Ziggurat Interactive. Shout out to Ziggurat Interactive for providing us a review access to play this game. And without the way, let's talk about the first thing I think about when I look at games like this. Let's talk about the graphics and aesthetics. This game is just gorgeous. It reminds me of classic PS1, PS2, and Dreamcast era games. Beautiful 2.5D graphics. The environment is amazing. The characters look cool, the monsters, the enemies. It definitely has a dystopian cyberpunk view that reminds me of animes of like Aeon Flux. It reminds me of that cyberpunk aesthetic of like Aelita. It's Battle Angel Aelita, if you know about that. It's really good. It's so perfect. It looks slick. It is amazing. It's a gorgeous game to look at, and everything looks good, from hitting the enemies to attacking, to your special attacks that come out, to EX attacks, to like everything in this game is just gorgeous in what it's trying to present to you. And it's a really, really engaging universe of how based on just looks and aesthetics alone. And with that, that's a 5. That's just mwah, chef's kiss. Beautiful, gorgeous looking game, especially for what is it doing, what it wants to do. And my god, sometimes less is more and simple is best. It just looks exactly what I want out of a game like this. It's just beautiful. It's just gorgeous. Now, the second half of a game like this is that sometimes it's not just how a game looks, it's how it sounds too. And this game has great pumping, like electro house synth music. It's very kind of a little bit grungy, but it's really cool. The voice acting is top notch in the cutscenes. The effects when you slash the enemy sound good. It sounds really cool. There are mechanics in the game. Let's just, when you hit a parry, it feels nice and slick. It's like, man, this game just, it's like bam, symphony. The symphony of the endless pain of my enemies. I feel as I crowd them is amazing. So good. The voice acting, top notch. I can't get anywhere further than this. That's another banger 5. It is, my god, I can't believe it sounds good, it looks good. Now we gotta get to the meat and potatoes of every game. We gotta talk about the gameplay. So, as a character action game, a lot of them, it isn't as derivative of other games where you just do your 1, 2, 3 combo, XXX, or whatever you do and you beat it, that's it, just mix it up, that's it. No, there's a lot of things you do in this game. You have the ability to cancel your animations to continue your combos. With the rage mechanic, you can use projectiles to extend your launchers. You have launcher attacks, you have charge attacks, you have EX attacks that cost meter. You can defend yourself with dodging and parry. If you hit the right time parry, you recover quick enough when you hit them, like in Third Strike or in Devil May Cry. Think as parry like similar to Royal Guard, where you get work for it. It has a lot of those elements you make, as I mentioned, from Devil May Cry, where you have Trickster, Royal Guard, not really Gunslinger, because it's not like guns this game, but don't worry about it. You got your sword has massive range and what it is. So that's about it. So it really feels really, really cool when you hit these moves and everything. It feels really good. The boss fights are just insanely in-depth. they're somewhat difficult, but once you break their armor on guard, which isn't really visual to see, you can kind of continue to combo on them as long as you hit the right juggle, etc., etc. It's really about you mastering the system to be good at it, and it's really rewarding too. Like just dashing through enemies with dash attacks and slashing, and it's really, really good. You can charge attacks. It really feels like a excellent love letter to character action games, and done so well. I feel just as expressive in this game as I do when I play Bayonetta or Devil May Cry, and I just really enjoy that. It even has a lot of the, I would say, somewhat comedic goofiness of how you can beat enemies down, like in Metal Gear Rising Revegance. Like, it has a little bit of like comedy. Haha, look at this guy get donked on by me, and it feels good. I really feel like the game rewards you for how your playstyle is and whatever. Like, I tend to lean towards zoomer aggression, and I don't care about meter. I will like end the fight now if I have to. Like, as long as I get that launcher, it's just GG no re, you know? And my god, it's just really good. Now, because this game is similar to those other character action games, there is a bit of somewhat of a learning curve to it. And the game offers a training mode and other modes we could practice your combos to get better at it. I actually, before I started playing gameplay, I actually entered a training mode to figure out what I can figure out on my own by just using the buttons before the game told me what I can do while playing. I started story mode, so I think it was really nice, a nice touch to it. The game has tons of options to it, and they, for other modes, like, you know, boss rush, stage select, and you can increase the difficulty of it, so it's really, really fun. I really enjoy that in the game, and the game isn't that long, which allows you to, like, you know, just explore and do what you want to do. It's one of the reasons why, like, Devil May Cry, to this day, still has people doing Bloody Palace runs or speedrun events of them playing the game, because the game is short enough where you can express yourself and do the other content of the game, and you keep, so it's really, really cool. So, I think that if you enjoyed those games like that, and you enjoyed this game, you definitely got to put up your alley. This game is... I have to give the gameplay of Rockstar 5 out of 5. All the mechanics just feel balanced, they work, it's very expressive. There is a learning curve to it, and that learning curve doesn't feel as bad as it should be. Just learn to block, lol. Parrying could be a bit difficult, and there was a patch recently to increase parrying from, like, by an extra frame that could help, but I learned to just use your range and dodge to get in there. Like, no regrets, all speed. That's how I play, but if that's not your style, go for it. Be more defensive, do what you gotta do. The game rewards you for just essentially maintaining your style points as long as you don't get hit, and as long as your combos aren't too repetitive. So that's kind of cool in that one. I definitely think this game is up the alley for those who enjoy, like, character action games, and they really have an excellent way of doing so. I didn't find the game difficult on its medium difficulty, so I think it's really nice. And the final score of this game is that it sounds good, it looks good, it plays good, it hits all the aesthetics I want out of a game like this. This game might be my favorite character action game or slash game of the year of 2024 until another one comes out in time. And that's why it gets seriously a 5 out of 5. It is just so good. It's so good to play. It's amazing. The music score is great. The developer, the Poppy Works, really knocked it out the park, man. I mean, holy snap. This is such a good game. And you want to know how to get this game? Man, I'll tell you right now. This game is available on all platforms. Yeah, it's available on all platforms. You can get it on you can get it on PC, PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switcheroo, Xbox One, Xbox Series X1, and PC. So it's available anywhere. Go pick it up. It's really, really good. I can't recommend this game enough. It's an excellent game. And I definitely want to give a shout out to Ziggurat Interactive for providing us a copy to play this game. And I really do feel like until somehow Devil May Cry 6 ever comes out, or if somebody makes another kind of interesting character action game of this style, I'll be grinding Slave Zero X for time to come. And I'm probably checking out YouTube videos of people doing perfect runs, or tech if they find out, or how fast they beat certain bosses. It's just really fun. So I'm looking forward to trying that out and seeing how well I can do stuff. I mean, geez, the stuff you can do in this game is disgusting. Even if you don't know kind of idea what you're doing, it's like it just feels good to do. And man, oof, what a great game, and I really can't recommend it enough. So if you guys are looking for an interesting character action game or another action game spice up, or something to wet your beak because you have that Devil May Cry sauce in you, I cannot recommend Slave Zero X enough. Without the way, thank you guys so much for checking out the review for Slave Zero X. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell as well if you know if it's going to go live. Check out our other reviews and other content of the channel, and I'm Get Silliest is out of here. And that's right. It's time to show the future. Revenge is sweet, and nothing tastes better than that sweet combo. See you guys.